Let's practice some conversions together. The first one I'd like to do is to convert 375 cubic feet to cubic yards. So I'll start off with this given information. 375 cubic feet. Now one way to write that is feet to the third. But remember, we also can write that as feet times itself 3 times. And this is easier in terms of doing conversions. So here's my starting fraction. Next thing I'm going to do is go to page 297, because you do not need to have these memorized, and try and get a conversion for feet to yards. So the conversion for feet to yards is that there are 3 feet in 1 yard. So I want the feet to cancel, so I'll put 3 feet here and 1 yard up here. Right, that means that one of these feet cancels. But I have 2 more, so I need to keep doing this. Now I have yards times yards times yards, which is what I was trying to get to. That's cubic yards. So my arithmetic is 375 times 1 times 1 times 1 over 1 times 3 times 3 times 3. And my final result is yards times yards times yards for units. So I go to the calculator. And I will group the denominator. I could also have written 3 to the 3rd power here. And there's my answer. Now remember, my starting measurement had 3 significant digits. So I'm going to round that answer off to 3 significant digits. Because the digits after the 8 is another 8, I'm going to round that 8 up to a 9. And I can write the answer as yards cubed or as cubic yards. So that's a review of how we were working with cubes. Let's also look at how to do a problem with rates. So my next problem is I want to convert 55 miles per hour to feet per second. So again, I'm going to start with this given information and make that into a unit fraction. Now remember, per is where we're going to put the divided by sign. So I'll start out with 55 miles per hour. So miles over hour. And I want to do some conversion to get from miles to feet and from hours to second. So back to page 297. I see that there are 5,280 feet in 1 mile. I want the miles to cancel, so I'll put the 1 mile down here. The miles cancel and I have feet already. So now I have to get from hours to second. So way at the bottom there's time conversions. There's 60 minutes in 1 hour. And again, I want the hours to cancel, so I need the hour in the numerator so that those will cancel. But if the hours cancel, I have minutes and I do want to get to seconds, so I need to convert some more. And there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. Again, I want the minutes to cancel, so the minute needs to be in the numerator and the 60 seconds in the denominator. Now if you look at what we have for leftover units, we have feet over seconds or feet per second, which is what I was trying to get to. So here's my arithmetic. 55 times 5,280 times 1 times 1 over, this is 1 hour, we need a number in the denominator, times 1 times 60 times 60. So I'm going to write that 60 squared. And my units that were left over were feet in the numerator over seconds. So my answer, and again, don't forget to group because we've got a fraction here. So there's the top. And the denominator. Okay, now I need to figure out where to round this number. My original number that I was working with was 55 miles per hour, which has 2 significant digits. So I want to round this off to 2 digits. Because that number is a 6, I'll round that up to 81. And I can write my answer as feet over seconds or as feet per second. Either way.